I can't believe it's New Year's almost already. So to celebrate, let's paint some fireworks. Take a mop brush or just a large brush and cover your canvas with black paint. Dry that really good, and then I'm going to show you a really fun new background technique. Take some plastic wrap. I'm going to take out just enough that it's about the height of my canvas. Don't worry if it's not as wide. And lay it flat somewhere where you can get messy. I also have a spray bottle with some water and a little bit of rubbing alcohol. And pick your colors for your background. I'm going to do blue, green, and pink. Take those colors, and I'm just going to pour on just a little bit of paint, not too much, in different areas. Then take another brush, this is just a mop brush, but you can use a large brush, and spread out the paint on the plastic wrap. You don't want it to get muddy, but you can blend the colors into each other just a little bit because you want to cover the plastic wrap almost completely, just like that. And because acrylic craft paint dries really fast, I'm going to take the spray bottle and spray all that paint down so it's slightly watered down when we put it on the canvas. Now here's the tricky part. I'm going to keep the blue part at the top and then flip the plastic wrap over top of the dried black background. Using my fingers then, you can just smush around the paint and peel it off. Look how cool that is. It's almost like tie-dye. And you don't have to keep adding paint, but just keep layering it over top. I'm just keeping it positioned the same way, but putting it in different areas. And the more you do it, the more paint it moves around and it lifts it off so you can see some of the black through it. But look at that texture. That's going to provide the glow for our fireworks in the background. Can't be an artist without getting messy. Now take a size 3 round brush then, or a smaller detail brush if you want to, and make a dot with some white paint. With that dot, then I'm going to start making curved lines coming out, and they're always starting at that center dot point. Now, some people just do straight lines coming out from this point. That's okay, but what I like to do is make it look like it's coming out, but then gravity is pulling it down, so it's going to curve down the direction you pulled out the line from the center. Just make sure it always starts at that center point. I'm going to do another one up here in the left, same way. Also, I am barely touching the canvas. You do not want to press so hard that the metal touches the canvas. Just the tip of your brush for this. The ones at the bottom will naturally be a little bit longer, and you can even add color to the centers of these. I wouldn't make the color go all the way out to the edges, but have the color coming out from the center. I'm going to do this one blue, and hold on, I'm going to do one more down here. Now see, it's okay if they overlap as well, so see how each of mine are touching just a little bit? That's okay. I like that. All right, I'm gonna make this one over here on the right, yellow coming out from the center. How about yellow and green on this left one? Maybe a little pink in the right one. What I do suggest, if you add a color, always go back and see what I'm doing. I'm putting some white little lines over top. It would be the brightest in the center of your fireworks, so always overlap the color with a little bit of white to make it look like it's radiating from the center of the explosion. There we go. There's some easy fireworks. Love how they pop against that background. If you want to get really fancy, take some white paint and do some swiggly wiggly lines coming out from some of the edges. That makes it look like some of those fireworks that have the twirlies in them. These can be fancy fireworks. You do not have to do that, but I kind of like the look of them as well, since we're going abstract today. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of interest at the bottom. You could keep it this way, but I'm going to do a black stripe with a mop brush and then also bounce a little bit of black across the top of that black line, maybe to look like trees in the distance. You could also do buildings like we did last year. I'm going to take a little bit of white paint and before the black dries, do a few back and forth strokes at the bottom to look like a reflection. Maybe this is a little bit of water. Now, for the fireworks themselves, you know how there's always sparks coming off of them? I'm just using the back end of my brush and dotting on a couple little sparks around my fireworks in the sky. Now, if you use the actual brush instead of the back end, look, they just turn out a little bit bigger, just to show you the difference. I kind of like both sizes in there. And I'm even going to take a flat brush and instead of splatter snow, I'm going to do splatter sparks. So I have yellow with a little bit of white paint on my brush and I splattered it on. So there's a simple way without the squiggles and there's with the squiggles, but there's so many ways you can personalize this one. So have fun with it, make it your own, and I hope everybody has a happy new year. Enjoy the last few days of this year, and I can't wait to see what's in store for 2024.